I'm truly intrigued by this young and successful actress who laughs with abandon, does strange accents, lovingly calls her father Gogo, and seems curiously detached and cautious. I hope to tap into those sides of Shraddha Kapoor today, which she seems to hide from the world so well.
Before we start the interview, I've heard that you do a great British accent.
Who has told you this?
That doesn't matter, I've just found out. So we'll start the show with you talking to me in that British accent.
So I really don't know if it's good or what, but like when I was a little girl, I'd really like try some accents, although I would really suck at them, which I think I am right now as well, but I still do them. I don't really...
More than the least, you're not sucking at all. How did you get into this whole thing of trying out accents? Which other accents do you do?
I've attempted a Russian, according to me.
Which is?
So it's like, for some reason, my voice has to go lower and I have to speak in a lazy tone. And the expression also has to become slurry and lazy. I don't know why that happens, but it's my attempt again.
Where did you pick these up from? TV shows?
These were growing up pastimes, basically. Self-entertainment in front of the mirror.
It's all fun and games now, Shraddha, because your career is doing very well. You've had these really good, successful films, plus you did a very acclaimed film. But there was a time when all of this was not happening. And you did a film called Teen Patti, which went on for a very long time. And so what were those days like?
Teen Patti was my first ever audition. And I got the film. So it's like, पहले ही attempt में आपको कुछ मिल जाता है, it's like, wow, you know. So in that sense, like, it didn't feel like a struggle to get the film. But I guess the struggle I felt was when Teen Patti and Love Ka Diyan didn't do well. Everybody was like, her, you know, 2 flops, nobody is going to want to work with her. And that was like, what do you mean, you know? I'm going to keep trying. But when you get that no, or like when you get that, like you're on board, you're on this film, and then suddenly, after a week, they've changed their mind. So that was the heartbreak.
But did you get a lot of no's?
Yeah, I got quite a bit of like, either you look too small, or you're too petite, or even after getting confirmed, we need a established star, or we need an upcoming star. All those things happen. But no complaints.
You made a very, very big decision. You were signed up by Yash Raj Films, and from there you decided to move on and do a film like Aashiqui 2 with the Butts. To take that step must have been a courageous decision. How did you come to that?
No such step was taken, Niranjan, to go from anywhere.
But didn't it scare you at that point in time that, you are taking this step of going against a production house and there are camps in the business, whether you agree or whether you accept it or you don't accept it. It is a big decision for especially a leading lady to do that.
When you see actresses like Kangana, when you see actresses like Priyanka and stuff, they are women of their talent and their hard work. They've let their work speak. They've not like spoken about what they do and stuff. Some people get to do films with particular banners more than the others do. And I think that's fine and that's fair. But I think what's really good is that the ones who want to walk to their own music can do that also.
Correct.
So why not?
No, of course, and you are doing that. My question was, where did you find the courage to do that? Weren't there people telling you that, no, Shraddha, don't do this, you can't do this, or that, Shraddha, you should walk this path, Shraddha, this is better for you. So how did you decide that, no, I'm not listening to this and I'm going to do this? That's what I mean.
No, but when I wanted to do Aashiqui, Adi Chopra, he fully supported it. In fact, he was, and he still is, extremely supportive, and he has sent some very encouraging messages to me. And I'm actually hoping to meet him soon, just to, I've not seen him in a while. It'll be nice to sit with him and catch up with him. I asked him if I could use his gym because he has a great gym, so he lets me use his gym. It's such a good place to work out. And he was very happy with how Aashiqui did also, so he messaged me some very, very sweet things.
But while you were working in Aashiqui, did you expect it to do well? Did you think that it was going to be the kind of success that it was?
You know, I have this tendency to be very like fantasy-like in my thoughts. You know, you just get a feeling about some films. So I had a feeling about Ashiki that it's a story. If I loved it so much because it had that whole, you know, eternal love element. I didn't know whether it'll be a hit or whether it won't do well. I just had a feeling that people will like it.
Did you have to tweak anything about your personality?
I had to listen to my friends' feedback more because my friends are not from the industry per se. Like Ankita, who is making her clothes now, she will come and she would tell me that, Shabda, how do you dress? What is this? You're an actress. You're not in school anymore. You can't wear your jeans that you wear to meet us and go for one event, and you can't wear those chappals and go and not blow dry your hair at least. They would send me these pictures of me probably like a couple of years ago wearing these outfits, and they'd be like, what was this? Question mark. Why? And I'd be like, now what did I do wrong? Yeah, it's a nice dress. So clearly I had no perspective on this. Sometimes I'd be like, hey, that's nice, na. And like 3 people in the room are like, what? She liked that. And they're like frowning and all. So I'm like, acha, okay, I'm not going to say anything. You all put whatever you all want on me. I'll happily wear it. I'm having fun with it also now. Like, I like dressing up now and stepping out and looking nice. And when people say you're looking nice, it feels nice.
You know, your generation especially, there is so much of focus on glamour that you have to constantly look slim, look trim, wear clothes, do your hair in a certain kind, not repeat your outfits, less the right items. Does it feel like a pressure for you at all?
See, I don't have a problem in the look slim department. There I'm very lucky because I've got those genes from my mom. I repeat some things if I feel like. How many shoes can you buy, yeah? How much money can you spend on expensive shoes? And where will you put it? My mom keeps threatening me. You come home with one more pair of shoes, Shraddha, I'll hit you on your head with them. In Marathi, तू अजून बुटा आणले ना मी तुझ्या डोक्यावर मारीन त्यांना. Like that. And I have to like be very discreet about the shoes I get and all.
What is the basis for you to select a film? Is it an instinct? Is it the filmmaker? Is it the hero?
You know, I don't know, like, in terms of, for me, if there's been like a formula or anything. Mohit got in touch with me for Ashiki, saying he's making this film. And he gave me the briefest narration. And I got very excited with that brief narration itself. And I was like, this is a film I have to do. With Haider, what happened was, I told Shahid that I heard that he was working with Vishal sir. So I told him that I was like, you know, can you like put in a word for me? So Vishal sir met me then. And that's how Haider happened. With Villain, Mohit came home. I just told him, I was like, take me in every film of yours. And he was like, do you not want to hear it? And I was like, no. Then for ABCD2, Varun went and told Remo sir that he's seen me dancing as a child in all the crazy dance parties, birthday parties you would have as kids. And I'm sure Remo sir would want someone who can dance also. So I said, I'll dance for you. So that's how ABCD2 happened.
But it was quite brave. Like you just said that you went to Mohit Suri and you said that, listen, without hearing the script, I'll do your film. Or even to actually message or tell Shahid to recommend you. That's quite brave of you, because I don't think too many people in the business would do that.
I'm pretty sure people do that. They probably don't talk about it.
Yeah, that's true. That could be possible. I don't know whether it's true, but I'd heard that you had also auditioned for Sanjay Bansali many years ago. Is that true?
It was, you can say it was like a semi-audition-ish.
What's a semi-audition?
He wanted to, me and Ranbir and I did one scene for fun together. Okay. And he's somebody I really have been dying to work with, and I hope it happens soon.
Do you remember the precise moment when you realized that you had become a big star?
I don't know if I'm a big star, but thanks, man. That's a very flattering thing to say.
After quite a pause, you have said thanks.
I like the fact that people know me. Like people recognize me, call me Arohi, call me Shraddha. It's the best feeling in the world. If you Google Arohi Kapoor, my face comes up on Google.
Really?
Yeah. So that feels really good, yeah.
So after Ashiki 2, you worked in Heather. Now Heather must have been completely different because till then you were working with youngsters, with people who were your age. And then you go into a set where there is Taboo, there's KK Menon, there's Vishal Bhardwaj. How was that? Like, how did you make the switch?
To do a scene with Irfan sir, to do scenes with Taboo ma'am and all, it's who gets to do that, yeah? So much to add to my wish list. Ki got to act like Taboo ma'am, got to try to act like Irfan sir, got to listen to Vishal sir and absorb all those notes were made.
Do you really make notes?
Yeah, I am a compulsive writer. I write all the time, mostly nonsense. I have journals from when I was 7 or 8 years old up until now. And in the middle, I had a manic phase, which was 4 years. I wrote what I've done every single day of my life, what time I've woken up, who I've met, what I have done in the day. So if you ask me, Shraddha, in 2010, on the 10th of March, what were you doing? I'll tell you.
Really?
I have that. Then one day, I don't know what happened. I was just like, I don't want to write this anymore. And I just stopped writing, like that 4 years. So I have like a log of 4 years of what I've done every day.
So then what you don't reveal to the world, you write in that diary.
Yeah.
Because you don't seem like somebody who reveals anything to the world at all.
Think so?
I think so. From whatever I've chatted with you so far, I feel you say things, but
Very
you don't
like
really
soch,
say them.
Samajh ke, thoda
No, I think you just-
diplomatic.
Yeah, not diplomatic. Diplomatic is not what I'd say, but I think there's some part of you that you don't reveal at all.
But I know I'm diplomatic.
Why is that? Has it always been the case, or is it because now you're an actor and you don't have, I mean, you can't really say everything that you feel?
I think it's be careful of what you say. There's one saying, na, otherwise you'll have to eat your own words or something like that. No, there's some.
One keeps hearing about your friendship with Alia a lot. You and Alia are friends, so to speak, or at least that's what's written about everywhere. So would you call her your friend?
I would say that I'm extremely fond of her. Whenever we've met, she's really, really sweet. I've done Ashiki 2, which is
Correct.
Bhatt Saab's film, you know, and we've met a few times socially and we've hung out socially. We message each other sometimes. Like I'll call her if she's going for an event or no, if you know she wants to go together. Because it's nice when you go to these events also, you kind of hang out with people your own age. So it's nice to have somebody like around your age group and you know who you can talk to and hang out with.
While you were growing up, I mean, your father, because it's a film family and controversies always come with the territory, how did you deal with all the controversies or all the link-ups or all the scandals that might have happened during that phase?
It hurts when anybody says anything that is a rumor or untrue about you. That's but obvious, and you know, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only actor who feels this way. There will be other actors also who will be feeling this way. But you got to accept the things that come with being in this industry and not let it get to you too much.
Yeah, correct. I mean, that's now when people talk about you. But at that point in time, you must have been a child that you must be reading in the magazine or somebody says some nasty things. So children can be quite cruel in school and in college also. Did you ever encounter a phase where you felt that, oh my God, I mean, what have I done? I just belong to a family that is in films. So why is this being said?
That's where I feel like to have a support system, it's so important. Like for people to even put your thoughts into perspective in terms of how you should view a controversy or how you should view rumors or XYZ or whatever. You have to have your parents put it into your into a perspective for you because we're all human beings also at the end of the day. So it can get a little tricky in that sense, but you gotta accept it.
So speaking of boyfriends and relationships, do you feel as an actor you isolate yourself because you become unreachable and that's why people don't reach out to you? Do you feel that?
No, people reach out to you. There's nothing like if you're an actor or you're not an actor. If somebody wants to reach out to you, they'll reach out to
Have you had those reaching out instances?
Yeah, I have, but like, not in an interesting way. Not in a way in which I'd be like, good attempt or like, interesting. No, yeah. So I'm like,
Why do you
fully-
think that happens?
I don't know.
You're
People
pretty,
just
you're
don't know how
glamorous.
to hit on you. I guess.
Not even your co-stars? Are you telling me that no one's hit on you in the films that you worked in?
No.
Or that in the... I find that very difficult to believe.
Of course you
Shraddha.
would, Niranjan.
Because I know the truth.
What? And that is?
And that is, people do hit on you.
Oh, acha. Okay.
So what about all these stories that one keeps hearing about your link-ups? You've been virtually linked up with every co-star.
Have I?
Yeah. Haven't you?
I don't think I've been linked up with every co-star.
Okay, not every, but a few.
I've been linked up with Aditya.
Yeah.
That's it. Who else? Not been linked up with anyone.
I mean, there was a story about Varun also, wasn't there?
No, never.
Okay, and Siddharth during Equivalent as well.
Was there? Not that I know of.
Okay.
No.
So you're saying only Aditya was the...
That is something that it's been 2 years since the film was released, but that is like not leaving us.
And you're saying there's no truth to it?
I've said it 29,000 times, I think.
So 29,001th time are you saying that there's no truth to it?
No.
Do you see your life like your mom being married to an actor and leading a full life? Do you really see that happening with you?
I have no idea about that. Itna na who's thinking, yeah.
You don't think?
Not
about
so much right now. Right now I'm thinking, what is the film that I do next? Yeah.
So that's where the ambition kicks in.
The only long-term thought I think that I have is I want a farm and some animals on it.
What kind of animals?
Cattle. Obviously on a farm you'll have cattle only, no? And like you'll have sheep, you'll have 1 goat or 2 cows, rabbits. I'm being serious.
Oh.
It is on the wish list. Have your own farm, grow your own veggies, have a couple of mango trees, go and handpick your vegetables and cook them and eat them. What fun!
So you're okay living away from the city?
As a getaway place.
Oh, so weekend farm is what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Not like you're going there and farming.
Maybe
Everybody
I'll
will
go
work
and-
for you, you'll just pick the fruits.
Maybe I'll go and stay there for like a month or 2, but I would want some other people also to take care of it. Yeah.
So come from a great lineage of musicians. Your grandfather Pandharinath Kolhapuri is like one of leading classical vocalists.
Oh, yeah.
You sing very well also. You've recorded a couple
try.
of songs as well. So you have to sing for us today.
Can I sing a song for you from ABCD2?
Any song.
Okay. It's called Sun Satya and it's sung very, very, very beautifully by Priya. So I shall attempt it.
Okay.
Sun Satya Mahiya बरसाते इश्का की स्याहिया रंग जाऊं रंग रंग जाऊं मैं हारी मैं तुझ पे मैं झर 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 जाऊं हारी हाँ पिया बस तेरी मैं हो सुन ले तो खरी मैं She has sung it like
Oh, it's beautiful.
31,000 times better than I just did.
No, you sing very well.
And I went off also some places, so sorry.
But you haven't trained at all, right, in classical from your grandfather? He didn't teach you at all?
I took like a couple of lessons from him and I feel very, very ashamed to say that I didn't take more because he's he lives 10 steps away from me, but I didn't go and take classes from him, which I should have. But now I'm training with Samantha Edwards. For my next film, for Rock On 2, I'm training from her. So hopefully my voice will also improve.
I'm sure it will. It'll get better and better with singing.
Here's hoping.
We are giving your fans an opportunity to own something that you did before.
Okay.
So that's why I told you that you have to get something for us.
Yeah.
What have you got for us?
So I have this lovely red shirt from my wardrobe. It's very pretty. It's got this paisley print on it. And I got it from my trip to America last year. And I've worn it once or twice, I think. So, yeah.
We'll have to write a message and sign it for the lucky person.
Okay. Now for my favorite part of the show. Let me take a selfie.
Ooh. How good are you at lying?
I'm good at it sometimes. Sometimes I'm not.
Okay, let's see if we can catch you on this. So now we're going to play this game where you'll make 3 statements, out of which 2 are true and 1 is a lie.
Okay.
And the viewers have to figure out which one is a lie.
Okay. 2 truths and a lie.
Yes.
Okay. 1. I love ketchup. I put it on everything that I eat. Bread, chapati with sabzi, with rice. I'll carry a bottle with me everywhere to shoot so I can just make sure that I have ketchup everywhere. 2. I get really, really scared and freaked out with people with strange eyes, like big eyes like that. Like, you know, they look at you like that and then they get transfixed on you. So that really, really freaks me out. And like, I'll be like, oh, close your eyes, or like, go away, I don't know you, don't meet you. And that person doesn't have to have big eyes, but there'll just be something about the eyes. That is 2. 3, I have a kind of an OCD problem where I have to wash my hands as often as I can in a day. So it'll be when I wake up, after I have eaten, before I have eaten, in between eating, after touching the dog, before touching the dog, before opening my bag, after shaking hands with someone. So there's an OCD thing. And the lie is, I love ketchup, because in reality, I hate ketchup. It is the worst thing that God could have created or man could have created in the world. It is foul, it is detestful, it is the worst thing. If it comes near me, I see a bottle, I want to smash it. Actually, no, I won't even touch it to smash it. And yeah, hate ketchup.
So let's play a game. It's called Quick 5. I'm going to ask you 5 questions and you have to answer fatafat.
Let's do it.
The most absurd pickup line used on you.
Hey, oh, so pretty, yeah, let's date.
Strangest date you've been on?
Not been on a strange date. It would have been amusing.
Which is your dad's dialogue that you remember by heart and can rattle it off?
आँखें निकाल के गोटियाँ खेलूँगा गोटियाँ.
If you had to date one character from your own movies, which one would that be?
Arey, they all die or something happens to them. I guess from ABCD 2, Suresh, Barun's character.
The biggest star crush that you've had?
Hrithik Roshan.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. I have slam books of him and posters of him.
Really?
I was obsessed.
Do you have an objectivity about anything that you do? Or are you just naturally like, I've done it and I felt it from my heart, so it must be good?
I don't know. I don't think I'm a very good judge of myself, to tell you the truth. If I like doing something, I'll get into it. Then, if it's good or bad, probably the director who I'm working with, people around me will say if it's good or bad. I don't know how to judge myself, really. But I think I'm getting an idea, like, based on, like, if you feel good doing something, then it's good. Then just have fun.
So what kind of books do you read?
The Harry Potter series, of course. Shantaram. Beautiful. Have you read it?
Yes.
And now my aim is to read the Lord of the Rings trilogy before watching the movies. I haven't watched the movies.
Oh, okay.
So I want to read the book.
The book is very
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
As a child, did you have, did all the kids know that you were Shakti Kapoor's daughter, and did you get a lot of brownie points because of that?
I was very popular because I was a villain and a comedian's daughter. That was my, what do you call it? I was known as that in school. And I was very proud of it. I'd wear it with a lot of, this tag with a lot of elan and panache and whatever the words you can use. I would be very, like, no one can mess with me. I got my dad at home, so no one is messing with me. All that was there.
Okay, and so what is your ideal man like? Like supposing somebody, like you said, nobody hits on you in the right way. What would be the right way if somebody had to hit on?
It would be thoda like how it's in the movies. No?
Like how?
Like
Give me an
little-
example. Like supposing somebody.
Charmingly, not like, hey, you're damn pretty, yeah, like you, yeah, let's go on a date, yeah. Like, come on. Really?
So then how?
Like you
right?
find me pretty and I'll go on a date with you? No. थोड़ा personality दिखाओ, थोड़ा humor दिखाओ, थोड़ा अपना charm दिखाओ.
So thank you so much, Shraddha, for being on my show.
Thank
I hope
so
you
much
enjoyed it.
for
And
having me on your show. बी की आत्मा जो आ गई है. My dad's also here.
मक्खी बहुत घूम रही है यहाँ पे. Tell me
Ready.
about my
Ready.
posture.
Ready? There's a fly in
In
my
my
coffee.
coffee.
It went.